The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. They'll run here with a rookie.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
You look at this Carolina defense.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Locke steps away. That ball caught by Slayton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Locke going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him.
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Malik Neighbors.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And no return here for Sanders.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Looking to throw, Young. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Xavier Legette, 60 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Prater for the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Escaping a tackler at the 25.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. On the move to his left.
Open man is the rookie, Theo Johnson.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Tracy going to get it on first down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When you look at this defense,
they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield. And maybe
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They got to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. Really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Eluding the pressure right. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Now Young. Flush to his right. The 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Young quickly to the flat, so no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Block off of play action. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now 3rd down and 7. To throw it is Locke. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now Young. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Panther touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Running left is Tracy.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Following the interception, Young. Touchdown, Panthers.
Xavier Legette.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
They're sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Locke. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. T.J. Johnson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Clock now to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now it's the Panthers' 2nd all-time leading scorer, kicking here in a different uniform, Graham Gano. Gano's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 2nd down and 3. They go play action. Young. Finding Sanders on the crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here is Young. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
To throw, Young. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Prater for the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before half for Locke. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fighting his way through contact and able to get this out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they've got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Young to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Young to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. Young sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if a defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easier than that one right there.
Young now. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing, Young. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They'll run here with Hubbard. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Now here's Young. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Young with it, 3rd and goal. Throw right side, taken by Sanders. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Young will set to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Leggett. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Young. Touchdown. Xavier Leggett. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Prater for the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not, and right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays.
No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
On the return, here's Agnew. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
On play action, Locke out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Locke gonna throw. Rolling to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1.
Young now from the 50. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Down the right sideline.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
The Partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up a first down.
Now Young. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Flush to his right.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Xavier Legette.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2.
Extra point good by Prater. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And this will be a Giants first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Being chased out left.
That's caught left side by Neighbors.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Play action. Now it's Locke. Crossing route, catch made by Johnson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now Locke. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Locke again. It's complete to Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
D.J. Johnson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
To throw it is Locke. And he's got his big tight end here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Block now to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. They look to throw. It's Locke. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought up.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up, and he's into the clear. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Panthers, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at